Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're actually checking out something. Well, we've done some of these before, but I think these are just really practical nowadays for pretty much every driver out there. And I may say their name wrong. The Vueroid S1 4K Infinite 2-channel dash cam. So this is, of course, a dash cam, but it's not just a front camera, but it's also a front and rear camera. So if you want to be able to use it for the back. And based on their website, it does seem to be packing some pretty serious tech. So the front camera on this records in a true 4K at up to 60 frames per second, which is pretty great. So that's going to mean that we have really smooth, nice and clean footage, even when you and I may be moving around fairly quickly. So it actually uses the Sony Starvis 2 sensors, the IMX678 in the front and the IMX675 in the rear. And I think one of the most interesting features is Vroids. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They have their sight matrix, which is their own image signal processing. So what it supposedly does is really push the clarity, especially in tricky lighting conditions. Plus, there's AI built right into the Hub app, which is what this uses. So what it includes is an AI license plate restoration to help clean up blurry plates, which I think is kind of cool. And on the flip side, it has AI privacy protection to blur faces or plates automatically. So it'll blur those when it processes the footage. So, power wise, feature wise, I think that's actually pretty cool. Now, the other thing is that you can use this either with a 12-volt car wiring, or you can actually plug it in with USB-C and into, let's say, a power bank for being able to power this, which is great for if you're going to put it in like parking mode. So, as we talk about parking modes, this has parking modes, impact, motion, time lapse, and a low power mode to help protect the battery that it's actually plugged into. The file system is built for durability, so fewer corrupt files if the power actually does cut out for whatever reason. Now, transferring the footage from this is pretty easy with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi or directly with USB-C. It does record in an MP4 file format, so playback is nice and simple on pretty much any device. It's not going to have some weird, complex codec that you have to use. So basically what's going to happen today is I'm going to unbox this, um, take a look at what comes in it. Then I'm going to actually just go out off a camera and drive around with it in all kinds of lighting scenarios. So like bright light all the way to dark. And then we'll come back and let you know our thoughts. And you'll be able to see some test footage. All right, guys. So this is it. First off, look, Dashcam Pro. I don't know if they all come with this. I don't know. Anyways, 256 gig. That's nice. Used to be back in the day, they're like, here's an 8 gig. And I'm like, what is that? It's going to record for like 13 seconds. 256 gig. With Dashcam footage, because they're usually lower bitrate, that should record for a hefty amount of time. So that's good. And I like that they kind of provide that because, again, it's nice to know that the memory card that you get or you have is fully compatible with the device, right? Anyways, there it is right there. This is where brilliance meets basics. Just so you guys know. 4K, 60 frames, Sony Starvis. Yep. So when we go to test this, we take it outside. Primarily, we're going to test the front camera. I'm not going to run all kinds of wiring all over the car and be like, look at what it does out the back. No, but I will just have the rear camera facing like either forward for a little bit or into the cabin for a little bit, just so we can see what the image quality is like, because it is important. Anyways, we have the user manual. That's a decent sized user manual for sure. If you guys are interested, there it is. That's the user manual. Enjoy, right? Then we get this goodness. So this is going to be your rear, because you need a rear camera, right? Good. We get our front camera, which that's got some heft to it, for sure. Yes. So that's your rear camera. Comes with a sticky. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of ones that stick. I like ones that have a suction cup mount, and then the suction cup mount attaches to the camera so that it's removable and movable between vehicles. I like that better. That's my own personal preference, but it is what it is. Anyways, looks like we have a power, some of our input jacks. This is going to be where our rear view camera can attach there. This is going to, of course, attach kind of like this, right, out. Now, does this have a tilt? Yeah. So this part, as you can see, does have that ability to tilt, right, to make sure it gets that look that you want. And because it's sitting, just so you guys can see, right, it's sitting like this on the window. This screen is still kind of visible. You might have to get down a little bit, but you can see it at least. So if you're going through the menu system here, you should have no problems actually seeing that, which is kind of nice. Buttons seem really, really good. It's got a little protector over the screen. Awesome. It's a dash cam, right? It's a dash cam. That's cool. And then, of course, you get a bajillion things inside here. You guys can see that. A bajillion things for installing camera mounts. What is this? That seems like another camera. Why do I have another camera? That's a camera. That's a camera. That's a camera. Why do I have 3 cameras? Why do I have 3 cameras? That doesn't make any sense. Is this a 3 camera setup? That's weird. 1, 2, 3. I have 3. This looks like it's a rear camera, an outside rear camera. This looks like it's not a rear. I don't know what this is. Now I have to look. Maybe this is 3 cameras, because it definitely feels like 3 cameras, because I have three cameras. Well, I'll let you know. And then this. What is this? What is this? Look at that. Is that a polarizer filter? I bet you that's a polarizer filter. Okay, I'm gonna have to do more delving, but I think that's kind of cool. It's a little filter, maybe for helping clear up the shots. There's gonna be your cables, your more cables, this is depending on how you want to plug it in, right? So this is your 12 volt. This is your USB-C. These are gonna be cables that looks like, it just kind of looks like, yeah, this is gonna be an outdoor cable, because this is gonna plug into your wiring for, let's say, my guess would be like a backup camera type thing. It has wiring, it goes right to your battery, etc., etc. I'm not using that. Nope. And then this is the really long cable to run all the way to the back, right? All the way to the back. I just don't understand. Hold on a minute. What does this say? It does have, this is a 3-channel. Yeah, 3-channel. I thought they were only sending the 2-channel, 3-channel. Okay, well, I'm going to plug all 3 in, and you guys can see what all 3 cameras do. Again, I'm not installing them. I'm just going to go out and drive around with them. All right. So, again, I want to make sure I got my resolutions right. What do I have? It must be 4K infinite, 4K 60 frames per second front, HD rear cam, and full HD interior cam. So it does have an interior cam. So rear, interior, and front. Only one, of course, that is pushing 4K front. The big boy, right? That one. Okay, I'm gonna go outside. We're gonna go for a ride, and we'll see how this does. All right, so now that we've actually had the chance to go test the S1 4K Infinite 2-channel, here's kind of what I think. Firstly, here's what I think works actually pretty well. The image quality is actually pretty impressive from a dash camera. Now, again, you can't be putting this up against Insta360s or GoPros or things like that. This is a dash cam. So the 4K front camera at 60 frames per second, or FPS, is sharp and detailed. Again, for a dash cam. In daytime driving, you can see road signs, cars, textures, bumps and things like that on the road pretty clearly. And at night, the Starvis 2 sensor and their sight matrix processing actually do a pretty great job making sure that you can actually see. License plates, shadows, highlights are actually fairly well balanced. And of course, we can't go anywhere without talking about some of those cool AI features. So the AI features are actually something that I think are quite useful. License plate restoration worked surprisingly well, even on distant or slightly blurry plates. Now, if they're very blurry, you're not getting that back. On the flip side, again, the privacy protection is solid. Faces and plates of other cars get blurred automatically, which, again, super cool. Their parking mode is also pretty impressive. So low power wake up actually triggers quickly during an impact, which very nice. And this, of course, helps in helping to prevent battery drainage, right? Other modes like motion or time lapse give some flexibility. In regards to the build, I'd say the build and convenience are actually pretty strong points for this dash cam as well. Because of the fact that it has that dual power input. Again, you can plug it into your 12-volt or you can plug it into your USB in your car. That's actually quite practical. Again, transferring footage is nice and fast. Using the MP4 format makes it very compatible with just about any device out there. And reliability, from what I've seen so far, is good, right? I've had no issues. They use this thing called the 3-free file system, which again helps reduce corrupted files during things like power cuts or power outages. So when a file doesn't have a chance to finalize itself, which again, I didn't have a chance to try, but it's a feature, so I'll make sure that I talk about it. Some things to consider: the AI processing isn't instant, so restoring plates does require the internet, and depending on the length of the footage, can take some time. So just kind of be aware of that, but it is doable. And you need the Hub app to fully use all the available AI features. So it has to be ran through that application. Other thing is that this is considered a premium dash cam. So it's definitely going to be more expensive than some basic models that you and I can get out there, right? So you are paying premium. The AI recognition accuracy can vary, and results are definitely for reference only. So just kind of be aware of that. So who is this dash cam going to be really an option for? Well, I want to say it's for drivers who want, again, top tier video quality, people who park possibly in risky areas or want a reliable parking dash cam for surveillance, possibly content creators or safety conscious drivers who value the AI features. Because I do think, especially if we're content creators and you're putting this up online, we definitely want to be able to blur out some things, right? So we don't get issues with that. And of course, anyone who wants just that flexibility in the different power options that are available. Now, some may want to look elsewhere. And if you just want or need a budget dash cam, so something that shoots in 1080p or possibly 2K, then you know what? You're going to pay a lot more for this, and this may be overkill. Or, like I said, you just don't care about the AI features. There are definitely going to be simpler and cheaper options out there. Something that you can just pull the SD card out and throw into your computer and you're good. Anyways, I think the S1 4K Infinite 2 channel is a very compelling, again, premium dash camera. You got to remember, you are paying for this. It definitely combines some pretty cutting edge image quality, really cool, I think, AI assisted features. And I do like their parking system that they have that you can use like an external battery bank. So for drivers who want, excellent daytime and actually really quite good nighttime recording, again, plus those AI plate recovery and privacy protection, I think this is going to be actually a really nice pick and one that you should be looking at. But if your needs are way simpler, or if you just want something just basic, there are definitely a lot more lower priced alternatives for sure. Anyways, this is the S1 4K Infinite. You guys have seen a whole bunch of dash cam footage that we put over top of this. And if you like what you see, then you can definitely check the description below, which I will have a description set up and ready to go. If you purchase through the link, it does support the channel. And that's going to be it for me. Anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.